Hey guys, it's me again, Cosette, on my YouTube, Cosette Contemplates, because I'm a thinker. And so I wanted to share something with you about being our authentic selves. And I don't think we realize how easy it is, or I don't think we realize sometimes that in our day-to-day responsibilities and our obligations and in our relationships, whether that's, family, friends, spousal relationships, it is all too easy to lose yourself in those things, in those relationships, and in order to make people happy. So like if you're a people pleaser, you'll totally get what I'm saying here. And so I want to talk about that because it's important, and because I believe it is only when we are operating authentically and being true to ourselves and honoring our emotions and respecting our intuition and just really listening listening to our inner voice. That is when we will experience and be able to fully express creativity. And it is also when we are living authentically and we are being true to ourselves. If let me say it like this: if we're not living authentically, we're not living true to ourselves, if we're not prioritizing our passions, our creative pursuits, we lose ourselves, and a lot of times we'll find ourselves sick because of that. And when I say sick, I mean you will find yourself with mystery illnesses. You'll feel bad, you'll go to the doctor, can't figure out what's wrong, you have anxiety, trouble sleeping, weight gain, and all those kinds of things tend to come along with losing ourselves. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, I posted something on Instagram and also shared it on my Facebook. My Instagram account is Chattown Poet. That's ChatTown_poet. And I posted something that is true for me and has been very healthful for me. Healthful. Okay? And so I quoted and I just said, I have found that when I honor my emotions and respect my intuition rather than repress my emotions and override my intuition, I show up more authentically and energetically in the lives of the people I love. Okay, and that's what we all want to do, right? The people that we love, children, other family members, friends, they need us to be fully present, right? And like I've said in some other videos here, American work culture is so toxic, so toxic. People working 40 plus hours a week just to survive, just to feed their children, sometimes it's still not enough. So, you know, in light of that, it kind of, it just really hinders our ability to have the mental space to be those things, and for those things to even occur to us that we need to possess, which is, honoring our emotions and respecting our intuition. So I had done another video, or I did another video earlier this evening about mental health issues, and I talked about my journey with panic disorder, generalized anxiety disorder. And I know now, at 40 years old, I know now, in retrospect, I struggle with anxiety, or I struggled with anxiety. It was perpetuated in my life because I did not honor my emotions and because I overrode my intuition about things. I discovered later the reason I did those things is because I hated myself. I did not respect myself. I did not value my own opinions. Everything about me was invalid. And then that process, that thought process, kind of became ingrained in me through my relationship with my ex-husband. We're still friends, so don't think I'm demonizing him here. We both contributed to the divorce. So, but at any rate, the things that he valued was work. That was everything to him. Work and money was everything to him. And so our marriage relationship was very, very, very low priority. We didn't spend a lot of time together. When he went on vacations, he would go with his friends rather than me. And because they're more energetic and can do things that he enjoyed doing. So anyway, I said all that to say this: that caused me to perpetuate my anxiety that was originally started in my childhood due to childhood traumas. Okay, so anyway, I had gotten into my early to mid 30s and just felt like I just kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker. Pain, anxiety, fatigue, depression. And it was just like, am I ever going to be able to feel what it feels like to be normal? I operated in a sense of dread. Like, I dreaded going anywhere. I dreaded meeting anyone. I dreaded everything. I just stayed locked in this sense of dread. And it was because I had allowed myself to be conditioned to operating with the premise that my emotions are invalid and unimportant, and my intuition is invalid and unimportant. And so anyway, I spent my marriage trying to people please my husband, and whether it's any kind of relationship, if you're a people pleaser, you know what I mean when I say it's just never enough. So anyway, what I wanted to talk to you tonight about, just as briefly as I'm able to, is just reflect on the things that are bothering you, especially if it's like mystery ailments, and think, maybe entertain the idea, if some of the things that you suffer, especially if it's like chronic pain that can't be explained, even fibromyalgia, there's research out there that states that repressed emotion and trauma, it gets stored in the body. Okay, it's not only it doesn't only affect you mentally, it gets stored within our nervous system. It gets stored within our bodies. Our nervous system is essentially our operating system, okay? It's what helps us to breathe without having to, force it or whatever. And these traumas and these emotional repressions, they end up being stored in our body, and they express themselves through inflammatory conditions, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, mystery chronic pain, lower back pain. So it's not just mental health as in anxiety and depression, but they also manifest in body aches and pains. And there's a plethora of solid research behind this, okay? And so I talked about earlier tonight, and I've kind of made it a caption in some of my videos, like, I want to bring light into darkness, okay? That's kind of what I want to do. And I want to empower people and encourage people. And so what I wanted to say tonight was honor yourself. Take inventory, when you're in bed at night, or first thing in the morning, just whenever it is that you have some quiet time, and just ask yourself, am I honoring my emotions? Am I repressing any emotions? Am I just sucking it up and dealing with it? Because when you're sucking it up, you're holding it in, okay? And that's not where it needs to be. It needs to be addressed in order for you to be healthy. So ask yourself those things. Am I honoring my emotions? Do I see my emotions as valid? Are there people in my life who are toxic that they either through their actions or inactions cause you to dishonor your emotions and to disrespect and override your intuition in order to please them or meet their concept, match their concepts about life and what a whole kind of a life looks like. But I want you to take time, think about that, and own that for yourself. Because when you begin to own that for yourself, it becomes really clear who the toxic people are. You'd be surprised sometimes, I'll tell you that. And the best thing to do is, if you find yourself in a situation where you're close with, and maybe it's a spouse or a child or a parent, coworker, boss, whatever, but if it's people that you really, you can't just cut them out of your life. I know there's like this big thing on Facebook, where people are just kind of posturing and like, yep, I'll cut you out of my life like that, no problem, no second thoughts about it. Meh. Okay, sometimes that can be the case, but a lot of times, we have family and friends that, through ignorance not necessarily ill intentions, will be toxic to us through their ignorance, through their behavior that stems from their ignorance, and their low valuation that they have of emotions and intuition. So, I'm not saying start cutting people out of your life. What I'm saying is when you go within yourself and you're able to discern and discover if you are or aren't honoring yourself and respecting your intuition. If you're not doing those things, then do them. Baby steps, right? And when you get to a place that you are naturally honoring your emotions, deeming them valid yourself without anyone telling you, respecting your intuition, when you do those things, you're able to spot who the toxic people are, and so then you can go and take the matter up with them and let them know what your needs are, because you are worth respecting. I get the sense I'm telling someone in particular this. Like, I don't know who. I mean, who knows how many people are going to listen to this. But for some reason, I get this. I just have this. My intuition is telling me that there's someone who's actually listening to this video that's going, yeah, she's talking about me. That sounds like my situation, my marriage, or my parents. It's so anyway, I hope that you'll receive this, and I hope that it'll be empowering and encouraging for you. But just address that with that person or persons, because you are worth healing. You are worth the many beautiful expressions that can come from your intuition and your emotions. So I want to encourage you just to honor those things about yourself. Trust those things about yourself. You will be, once you've done it for a while, if you haven't been doing it, you will find you'll feel better in your body. You'll feel better in your emotions and in your mind. You'll find that people will respect you more, and you might even be a little bit easier to love because you won't be feeling so blue, or maybe you won't be in as much pain physically. But I just want to encourage you to kind of take a look into that too. Just kind of do an inventory of yourself and just see if that's something that would be applicable to you. So if you do that and you make some discoveries, I would love to hear about them. Or if you've also kind of maybe already done this, started doing it, and you're seeing results from this, I'd like to hear from you too, okay? All right, so just thought I'd share that with you real quick, and there's always more to come, okay? All right, talk to you soon, guys. Bye.